I pay my respect to the Paramatma, the Supreme Being, whose form itself is Brahmananda, eternal bliss, my salutations to that great teacher, whose very form is quietness and who is the Lord of the universe as well as the Pathi of Parvati. I bow my head before the Guru, Sivananda and all other great men. My due respect to the holy and sacred Guru, the embodiment of Anantham, who is extremely kind and interested in the well-being of all. My obeisance to that extraordinary physician, who always combats and cures the diseases of raga, desire, dvesha, hatred, etc., which pervade the entire body and constantly create the evil qualities of sneha, attachment, moha, illusion, etc. Chapter 1. Iswara Tattva or Atma Tattva. Disciple, O good teacher, I earnestly pray that I may be shown a way to get out of the ocean of Maya in which I am lost, perplexed being tossed here and there. Teacher, beloved disciple. Where do you want me to take you to, from the ocean of Maya? Dis, to the Almighty God. T, what do you understand by the term God? Dis, God is understood to be Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, the creator, preserver and the destroyer of the universe. They are worshipped in a number of ways in various temples by people in the form of images and idols. I also have got a similar notion. T, whatever may be your notion, do you believe in the omnipresence of God or not? Dis, yes. My firm belief is that God is omnipresent. T, then could an omnipresent God have nama, name, and rupa, form? Dis, when nama and rupa are ascribed, the omnipresent nature of God is taken away. Hence, it must be, that God has no nama and rupa. T, you say, that God is omnipresent, without nama and rupa. So, do you believe that God is within us or do you not believe so? Dis, as God is omnipresent, we must believe that He is also within us. T, forgetting the God within us, when we say that God is only Brahma, God is only Vishnu, God is only Mahisa or God is in the temple, image, and so on, are we to be considered as following the religion of God, or are we to be considered as not following the religion of God? Dis, since God is everywhere, we cannot say we are not following the religion of God, in whatever form we may worship Him. T, but for this divine energy within us, will we be able to hear, see, know or speak? Dis, no. T, I shall point out an instance. If someone passes away his body, becomes dead. Can that dead body see anything or hear anything or know anything or speak anything or move anywhere? Dis, no. T, why not? Dis, because there is no divine energy in it. T, so if we don't have the divine energy in us we don't have anything. Not even the world. The cause of our seeing and knowing things is this divine energy. It is on account of this divine energy that we know about all these. Therefore we have to believe that God alone knows all these. We fail to recognize the divinity within ourselves and start assuming that He is Brahma, He is Vishnu, He is Mahisa and that He is in temples and so many other things. Then how can we be called the followers of the religion of God? Dis, if we consider all these, we will be atheists. T, whosoever conserves and stores the divine energy in him, he alone is the true follower of the religion of God. Dis, oh, teacher. What is the method of storing the outflowing divine energy within ourselves? Kindly put me in the way. T, whom do you think is competent to put you in the way? Dis, he is the Guru. The teacher. T, what do you mean by Guru? Dis, Guru is God. That is my belief. T, Guru can never be God, for you yourself say that God is without nama and rupa and is everywhere. Is such an entity bina or abhina? Different or not different? Dis, it is abhina, not different. T, such an entity cannot happen to be our Guru. When we speak of a Guru we speak of something external. If it is external it is altogether different from us. When Guru becomes so foreign, can God be called a Guru? Moreover, when the divine energy is gone from us, we become mere dead bodies. If we consider this energy of God as Guru and locate the same outside us, do we not become dead bodies? Thus how can God become your Guru? If we look at the question in this manner, God cannot become the Guru. Besides, as an illustration to prove that God is not Guru, let me ask you whether you believe in the existence of God or not. I believe that He exists. Then, is the existence of that God casual or permanent? He exists always. When you sleep, does He exist or not? Yes. During that sleep, can you know if your Guru were to come near you? I cannot. Why not? Even when you are sleeping, there is God. Can you tell me then the reason why you are not able to know that at that time? That I am not able to say. The reason is this. God has two aspects. They are the Sakalatvam, the attribution of having all the qualities, and the Nishkalatvam, the attribution of having no qualities. God in His Sakalatvam aspect becomes Saguna, one with qualities, and functions in Srishti, creation, Sthiti, preservation, and Samhara, annihilation, developing vikaras, volitions, of raga, love, and dvesha, hatred. In his Nishkalatvam aspect he becomes Nirguna, without any qualities, and ceases the function of creation, preservation and annihilation, extinguishing all vikaras of raga and dvesha. All these states happen from within us only. A lifeless body is not subjected to these states. That is because there is no divine power in a dead body. It is only when we have divine power in us we have these states. Nishkalatvam is attained when all the divine energy within is not allowed to flow out, but allowed to get absorbed within ourselves. In our sleep we are Nishkala. We have life then. The Jiva, life, then is the pure untrammeled Atman, soul. For example, take the case of a hard-hearted, cruel and murderous person. While he is asleep, he has life. At that time his life has no blemish, and his Jiva becomes Nishkala. This state of life is Shiva. This is what is meant by the expression, Jiva Sivoha, I am the Jiva and Shiva. Life manifested in Jiva. When life is not manifested, but is kept latent, it is Shiva. This is the reason for calling it Jiva Sivaham. Shiva is the ISWARA. It is this ISWARA who becomes Nishkala. When he becomes Nishkala, he also becomes Nirguna. The word Nirguna indicates that he is without gunas, qualities or attributes. The gunas are sattva, rajas, and tamas. The absence of all these three gunas is the state of being Nirguna. This state is without vikara, volition, without moha, desire, without raga, love, and without dvesha, hatred. This state is the sleeping state. Then the divine power within us is centered within ourselves. That is how it becomes Nirguna and Nishkala, without attributes or qualities, and Nirvikari, without volitions. When we wake up from sleep and the life begins to flow out, we get the state of Sakalatvam. Sakalatvam is with kalankam, blemishes. This is the state when vikara, volitions, and saguna, qualities or attributes, set in. Sagunam means the possession of the above-mentioned three qualities. When these three qualities set in, there is creation, preservation and annihilation. All these happen from within ourselves. If there is no self like this, there is nothing of these sorts. So it is the self that becomes Sakalam, Nishkalam, Sagunam, Nirgunam, Nirvikara and Vikara. So the self is itself God. While in a state of sleep, the self, that is the divinity in us, is at perfect peace and bliss, with no other function whatsoever. That is the reason why, while asleep, when the Guru had come near, you were not able to know the same. Now, when did you get the idea that the Guru had come near you? When I woke up. When you woke up, from where did you have this idea? From within myself. That means where from? When you were sleeping, were you not there? Then, had you the idea? When you woke up, how does the idea start? When I woke up I got vikaras, volitions, and from vikaras it originated. T. From where did the vikaras originate? Dis. From Jiva, life. T. How did it arise from Jiva? Did you not have Jiva when you were sleeping? Did you then have the vikaras? Now, what is it exactly that you had when you woke up? Dis. When I woke up, I had a sankalpa, idea. T. From where did you get this sankalpa? Dis. From the mind. T. If you don't have that mind, can there be anything? Dis. No. T. Then, from where did you have the conception of guru, master? Dis. From the mind. T. Then who is guru? Dis. The mind. T. He who has got the power of originating and diffusing is a preceptor, he is a teacher. For example, a temple is built and dedicated to a particular deity. The person who has the power of conceiving and originating the idea of the deity can only best dedicate. Such a person is the priest or purohit or thantri of the temple. In the same manner, who is it that generates and gives us the idea of this world? Dis. The mind. T. Who then has the sankalpa sakti, power of conceiving and originating things? Dis. The mind has it. T. Who then is the guru? Dis. The mind. T. How many gurus, teachers, do you think we have? Dis. Only one. T. That will never happen. For each and every person his own mind is his guru. There is no other guru. Therefore there is no such thing as guru or disciple. Because if there is no mind there is nothing else left. All originate from the mind. That is why it is said that mind is guru. Not only that, did singular entity originate from a duality or plurality of aspects? What is your belief? Dis. The popular notion is that the conception of duality arises out of conception of one. I also have understood this topic in this manner. T. That is wrong. You cannot have a dual conception from one. On the other hand, the conception of one arises from that of two. The reason is this. If you want to conceive of a thing you must know its beginning and end. It is only then that you can determine the thing. If you cannot know the beginning and end, you cannot determine that thing. While determining a thing, there is a beginning for it. When it has a beginning it must have a base on which it could stand. If it has no base, it cannot exist. If there should be any end, there must be void beyond it, and it is this void that distinguishes the end. Therefore, for any object to exist there must be something at the bottom to rest upon and a void at the top to distinguish the end. Like this we arrive at a duality of conception. It is in this duality of conception that the unitary conception exists. Moreover, if you don't have a conception of the akasa, heaven, and earth, could there be any object? No. T. Thus we get a conception of all things only from duality. Take for instance a seed. The vital core is not seen. Because core has neither beginning nor end and it is embedded in it. But if it should sprout up, what should happen to the seed? Dis. The outer cover of the seed should split up into two. T. From where did this one originate? Dis. From a duality of conception. T. Besides this, our origin is from two. Male by himself or female by herself cannot bring forth any children. They must come together. Then only there will be offsprings. So, we also come out of a duality. Now, where do you think the idea of one comes from? Dis. From the conception of duality. T. If you don't have the conception of duality, what will be the position? Dis. Nothingness. T. It is about this nothingness that you speak of as Advaitam. Advaitam means Dvaitha Rahitam, annihilation of duality. That means without two. But from where did this conception of duality or plurality originate? It originated from the self itself. When the energy of the self vibrated, the dual conception arose. The self is the Aksharam. Aksharam means Kshara Rahitam, the imperishable. Because all that we see, hear and know, in short, all that has a beginning and an end are perishable. That which has neither beginning nor end is imperishable. That substance is ISWARA, God. From this ISWARA, which is the self without beginning and end and which is Aksharam, eternal, the void called Akasa originated. In that Akasa, the self vibrates as energy, and from this vibration all states of existence come into being. When the self begins to vibrate through Akasa, then begins the dual conception. This vibration is known as Brahma and Maya. Teacher. You said that it is from the eternal principle that the two states Brahma and Maya originated. Pray tell me more about them. I am desirous of knowing all these. When the eternal, which is without beginning and end becomes Akasa, then you get the conception of Apari, the higher self, and Keys, the lower self. The higher self is Brahma and lower self is Maya. It is from Maya that things originate. Whatever we know, hear and see all are in the Maya. If there is no Maya, there is no state of being. If there is no Maya, even the conception of Brahma is impossible. Because, the self which is Brahma is vibrated. It is that vibration that is called Maya. It is only when Maya the Sakti, energy, harmonizes and merges with the self that we come to nothingness. At this stage there is not even the Brahma. When the self began to vibrate, the idea of Brahma also come. This is only a Brahman, mental illusion. When this illusion, caused by the vibration of the self, subsides in the self, then all notions of beginning and end, sound and sight, come to an end, and we attain the state of nothingness which is Anand, beatitude. In this state of beatitude, the notion of Brahma becomes extinct. It is from Maya all this earthly notions of sound and other avastha, phenomena, originated. The meaning of Maya is that which is not. Maya is not the karakarams, animate and inanimate beings, that we see around us. The world speaks of these animate and inanimate beings as Maya. That is not correct. All these only exist in Maya. Maya is the base for all these things. If there is no Maya, all these things do not exist. It is like this. See this lamp. We make this. We place it here. We clean it. We take it away and do so many things. To do all these, the fundamental thing that is necessary is earth. If there is no earth, we can neither make this, nor place this here, nor take this part away, nor clean the same, nor do any other thing with it. But we cannot call this lamp earth. The earth is called earth and the lamp is called lamp. But in order to do all the above things, the earth was the essential base, like this, to enable anything to originate, or to be originated or made, or destroy or to be destroyed, or seen or heard or known. The essential thing is Maya. If there is no Maya, all the above states cannot exist. Hence all these so-called animate and inanimate beings only exist in Maya. Their base is Maya. All that we see around is not Maya. Maya is that which becomes non-existing. That is Nitya, everlasting. That everlasting reality is knowledge. That knowledge is enlightenment. This enlightenment is bottom, realization, and that realization is called Vidya, supreme knowledge. That supreme knowledge is Akshara. That Akshara is the real self. Maya is the negation of all that is the real, the eternal, the all-knowing and the real self. This Maya is all that is unreal, transient and ignorant. Now have we knowledge or not? We have knowledge. Can you say what that knowledge is? No. I cannot. Now all these states of existence such as we see, hear and know are reflections and echoes of the real self, the all-knowing within us. If we don't have this knowing principle within us, we will not be able to know, see or hear any of these things. For instance, somebody dies. It becomes a corpse. Can the dead body know anything, see anything or hear anything? No. Why not? Because he is dead. T. When he is dead, what is it that he did not have? Dis. The knowing capacity. T. Why did he not have that? Dis. Because he did not have life. T. How did you determine that there was no life? Dis. Because there was no movement or animation. T. When a person sleeps, has he any movement or animation? Dis. No. T. Then do you say he is dead? Dis. No. T. Why not? Dis. Because that person has life. T. How do you determine that that person has life? Dis. Because he is breathing in and out. T. So how do you decide if a person is dead? Dis. By want of breathing. T. So, when breath, the energy of life, is in us alone, we have knowledge. When the breath goes out, we don't have any knowledge. For example, a person is in his last moments. T. Besides, you thought over a matter a few days back. You forgot all about it. When you want to recollect it, what should you do? Dis. I must think about it. T. When you are recollecting it, does your breath get out or does it get concentrated within you? Dis. It does not go out but gets concentrated in me. T. When you are immersed in such deep thoughts, do you recognize a person if he were to come in front of you? Dis. No. T. Why is it so? Dis. That is due to my thoughts which at that time, instead of wandering elsewhere, were concentrated within me. T. But when you are conversing with a person on a certain topic, if a person goes in front of you, do you see him and recognize him? Dis. Yes. T. What was the reason? Were you not thinking on the topic of conversation? Dis. Yes. But my mind was spread outside. In the former case, my mind was concentrated within myself, hence I was not able to see or know the person in front of me. T. What was the reason of your mind getting concentrated without spreading outside? Dis. My mind was deeply thinking over one point and hence it was under control. T. How does it get so concentrated in you? What is the reason for it? Can you tell me? Dis. Except the way I have explained before, I do not know any further explanation. T. You yourself said that when you are in contemplation, your breath gets concentrated in you and does not go out. That is the Vayu, the energy of life. That energy which flows out is called Vayu. Vayu is that which vibrates. It is from this vibration that your thoughts originate. The master of these thoughts is the mind. When this vibrating substance gets concentrated in you, your mind also gets concentrated within you. This is the reason why you are not able to see or recognize anything when you are in deep contemplation. Therefore that energy which is spread outside ourselves is called Vayu. That energy when concentrated within comes in contact with Brahmarandhra is called Samirana. Samirana is that which is in union with Brahmarandhra. Brahma is the everlasting entity. Tranam is that state where the flow is in union with that reality. This kind of internal flow is Samirana. Instead of this kind, the kind of flow which is external is Vayu. Thus it could be seen when the energy of the self concentrates within ourselves, there is no other states of existence, and that all states of existence originate with the vibration and flow of the self outside. But it is only when this vibration is concentrated inside us, we become alert and we are able to think and recollect. This intellectual and mental alertness is from self-luminosity. This light, prakasam, is from Agni, fire. Agni originates from Vayu. Then, when the life energy which is Agni, Vayu, prakasam and Arivu gets controlled within itself, we get alertness. Then, what is the supreme knowledge, Arivu? Dis. It is Jiva Sakti, the energy of life. T. When this Sakti which is the supreme knowledge vibrates and flows out as Vayu, it is called Maya. That is why Maya is defined as, that is that which is not. Here that positive substance which becomes not is the supreme knowledge. That knowledge which escapes as Vayu is called Maya. That is why it is said that Maya is of the self and that it originates from within. What do you think this self means? Dis. Self means ourselves. T. So wherefrom does this Maya originate? Dis. From ourselves. T. So, Maya has originated in this way. After this, mind has been created. That mind is Guru.